Hey there everyone, how's it going? How is it going, everyone? Look who I brought to you. This is Hero Wars Central, Charlie. Hello, how is it going? I hope everyone's day is just fine, and I welcome you to the Hero Wars mobile stream. Welcome. How are you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing well, Daniel. Thank you so much for having me on. What is up, Heroes of Dominion?
Right. So basically, I see a lot of questions. I see a lot of questions about like what is going to be, like what is going to happen on this stream today. And yeah, this stream is basically, it has no game theme, but it has really important theme. Theme is about Hero Wars Central. I just thought that we never had a chat with Charlie, just like that. I know everyone, almost everyone, I hope that everyone knows Charlie, but some of you that don't, what are you doing in Hero Wars? Like, Hero Wars Central is one of the most, at least one of the most informative channels there on YouTube. And even I was learning a lot from Charlie, like, the day one I started watching Charlie, and Charlie for me is like Messi in the world of Hero Wars. So, you know, like, you understand that, right? Okay.
That's pretty lofty praise. That's pretty lofty praise. Thank you for that. I don't know that I'm that good. I just stay you know, I just talk more than everybody else, I think.
Okay, so how was your day? Like, it's around midday right now, right? It's 11 something.
It's 11 Central here in the Midwest in the United States. I usually live stream at 12 p.m. about an hour from now, but on Thursdays I actually live stream in the evening to talk to that crowd. It's a different time zone, a different crowd, and it kind of lines up with the browser version of the game and their weekly events. So Thursday afternoon is, well, Thursday around lunchtime, I guess, is a nice, relaxing day for me. But it's been a very productive day so far.
Beautiful.
What time is it there?
It's 7 p.m. for me. 7:04, something like that. I was always like, wow, how does Charlie keep up with both versions of the game? I mean, I do the same, and sometimes it just blows my head because I'm like, you have to keep up with a lot of stuff that is going. And you have to understand, like, you people have to understand that the games are different. I mean, the teams are different. The heroes are different. Like, they actually have a lot of differences. What do you know about that? How do you manage to? Yeah.
So the way that I run Hero Wars Central is like how I would imagine a business is run. And whenever you're trying to expand a business, grow a business, you have to hire people, and I have not necessarily employees, but I have a good network of players that are both long-term players and also shorter-term, but extremely passionate on all versions of the game. The mobile version, of course, guys like Assassin and Arcana Gaming, I talk to basically every single day. A lot of people in a lot of different Discords will ping me with important topics. A lot of guys like Rank Dog and Dan Buccini kind of formed my Facebook and web, or the browser side of the game. And anytime anything big comes up, usually people will jump to give me their input on it. And I don't want to say that I steal people's opinions, but you know, just like with anything else, my opinion is kind of formed by a lot of others. And in many ways, especially here on the mobile version where we don't have a lot of the tools that the browser version has, like max testing, it's a little bit more difficult for somebody in my position in a game like this that requires time and resources to build up heroes. It's a lot easier when you have friends who are willing to, you know, test with their heroes and do the legwork kind of for you, give you a little bit of insider advice. I might never claimed to be the best Hero Wars mobile or browser player, and I think that a lot of my community, you know, recognizes that, and I think that's why my community continues to grow every single day.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. Like, I didn't say you were saying that. I was just sharing my opinion. That's
oh no,
I
of course, yeah.
Just wanted to have this chat. By the way, unless we just ran way too far, let me just give everyone a gift. So everyone who just came here, who knows nothing about what is going on, guys, this is the gift. You have to go to Chapter 2, Mission 9, and we have some small surprise for you. If you never played Card, that's what I thought was one of the most favorite heroes of Charlie's. Am I correct?
Well, you are correct, but I think you're pronouncing it wrong. I believe you pronounce his name Bob, but that might just be like the American English side of it. I don't know. I've heard that somewhere.
You mean, oh. I that's one of my questions, by the way, for today. So, guys, you have to go to Chapter 2, Mission 9, and I will ask Charlie to explain me lots of memes around Hero Wars, mobile, and everything. So, yeah, I will have to get onto this flow of memes. By the way, why is everyone always, typing that 7 number into the chat? Like, can you tell me what's behind it?
That's a really funny question, actually. A couple of let me start off by saying that in the last year, and especially since you came on, Daniel, the community from your side, the content that you all have been putting out has increased exponentially. A lot more live streams, a lot more posts, a lot more interaction with the community on all versions of the game, not just mobile. But a little while ago, and I can't remember if it was a year, maybe 2 years ago, we were on a live stream and I was talking with somebody about something, and somebody made the joke that people are more interested in talking to me in the chat than they were interacting with the live streamer. And it might have been, I don't know if it was Alex or Bob. Or Vlad, I guess is his name. I can't remember who it was. So I said, just as a joke, type 7 in the chat to get the secret gift. And because people tend to listen to what I say probably a little too much, people started saying that, and it completely derailed. I remember what it was. It was a very scripted live stream, and that person wasn't interacting with the comments at all. That's what it was. And we could tell that he was basically reading from a list, which is fine. Different people do live streams and videos differently, and there are times that I just read a script myself. But I it was a kind of a pattern interrupt for that live streamer, and I think after that they kind of loosened up a little bit. And I honestly cannot remember who it was, but it completely derailed it. So from then on, kind of the joke with my community, and even during my live streams, is people will say that and kind of run with it. So here we are with a bunch of 7s in the chat, which by the way, there is no secret gift, guys. There's no secret gift, but I appreciate the support.
I mean there is one. Let me show it again. Like, there is one gift that is Chapter 2, Mission 9 for today. But yeah, thanks for explaining that, because one time I asked you that question already when we just started chatting, but it was kind of long ago, and it was just in a hurry. So I definitely wanted to, ask that again so you can explain it to me personally. I mean, almost personally, at least we're talking right now. Sure. And that's awesome. By the way, I just wanted to say that I hope that streams became better. And basically, what do you think about our video production or of our streaming and everything of, last year, for example?
So I think them bringing you on was a great strategy. I think that the community managers that they had were doing a good job. Not that they weren't, but you could tell that some of them were more comfortable in front of the camera than others. And back when Alex did a lot of everything, I understand that Alex did. He had actually many hats, as they say. He did a lot of jobs within the company. He was great. And then they kind of transitioned into a couple of other community managers who I would imagine we're probably answering things on Instagram and Facebook and VK and everywhere, as well as doing that kind of stuff. And I think having somebody like you that didn't know the game was a rocky start, but I think that you've come a very long way, and the live stream themselves are night and day as far as being conversational and interactive, and some of them you can tell that you can't really deviate from your topics, and I think on some level we all understand that. I certainly understand that, but I think that they were always good and informative, but I think that they're definitely much better now. Not to knock Bob and Tanya and Alina and Alex,
yeah,
and
sure,
all of those who came before you.
Yeah, that now it sounded like I wanted to wanted you to flatter myself a bit, and I really enjoyed that. Thanks, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. But I was, asking about the video production itself, so I could, tell Alex.
Oh yeah. So
is-
the yeah,
yeah,
are you speaking of, as far as the live stream goes, the masking and the artwork and the the funny hats that you wear, the augmented reality stuff that you do, that's great. But if you're referring to like the actual like the teaser videos and stuff that Alex is in charge of now,
yes.
I think those are incredible. I think those are some of the most well done, significantly better than what they used to be. I remember the first time that we saw one of his, I think it was I want to say maybe it was the romantic skin for Daredevil, whatever that was. That video right there, I was like, holy cow, they've really stepped up their game. I think that might have been like 2019's romantic skins. She was wearing like the two colored glasses, and there was like a Sebastian skin with it, I think too. I don't know if that was the Facebook or the mobile version of the game, but I definitely see a big change.
That's awesome. I'm sorry I brought this conversation a bit to the Hero Wars and our team, because I really wanted to know your opinion about all that. And yeah, guys, if you want to know something about Charlie, if you want me to ask him a question, or you want to ask him a question directly, he sees the chat completely, so you can go and ask something in the chat. By the way, if you don't know, or somehow you are not subscribed to Charlie's channel, go down to the description. There is a link to his channel, and follow it, and make that button gray, because you have to subscribe. Like, you really have to. That's gonna be a good thing to do. And yeah,
But actually, Daniel, can I interject one thing real quick before we go any further? I need you to say once and for all, Charlie does not work for Nexters Global, because I see a lot of people in the chat saying that this is confirmation that Charlie does work for Hero Wars Mobile.
No.
Kind of a
Charlie
joke
does
as well.
not work for Hero Wars or Nexters. He is a YouTube creator who does a really good job, but he does it in his own way with his own brand, which is like channel, which is Hero Wars Central. And that was actually my next question. Like, what do you do besides Hero Wars Central? Like, what is your day? Maybe what is your routine? Maybe you just like sport, or maybe some hobby, or...
Yeah, so I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, and even from a very young age, I always told my parents that I wanted to be a firefighter, but there was no fire department in the town that I grew up in. So my next thing that I wanted to do was something in video games, like a bug tester or a designer or a coder. And probably, I don't know, 10 years ago, I started playing, maybe even longer ago than that, World of Warcraft, and I started seeing a lot of World of Warcraft videos. I was like, oh, I could do this, I could really do this. And it wasn't until, for some reason, Hero Wars kind of clicked with me. I was more passionate about this game than any other game, and so much to the point that I wanted to help share the knowledge about it, because at the time there wasn't a lot English speaking, I should say. There wasn't a lot of English speaking content creators. There were some, but they weren't posting much, maybe like once a month or so, and the videos were great. I remember like Max was, I think it was Max, right? Max was one of the guys that influenced my work quite a bit in the very beginning, and I'm not sure whatever happened to him, but I appreciate what he did. And then, at the time, I was just a full-time salesperson. I'd been in outside sales, not necessarily going door to door, but definitely visiting clients and trying to get them to buy stuff for my company. And I was just like, man, I really wish that there was a video about this topic in Hero Wars, because I have no idea which of these items in this event is the best one to get. And I was like, well, let's just make my own video. I remember sitting in the parking lot at lunch after a very bad sales meeting, and I recorded my first video on my cell phone, actually using the Bluetooth microphone in my car, so it sounded horrible. Horrible. But as far as the rest of my day, I've started a little bit of a social media consulting business, kind of on the side. Businesses that are interested in marketing and branding themselves online. I kind of do that a little bit, and unfortunately, I'm not taking on any more clients, because that filled up with my neighborhood businesses very quickly. And then I play a lot of video games. Play a lot of Destiny 2, first-person shooter. I go to the gym a couple of times a day. We have a little neighborhood gym that I go to that I can just kind of walk my dog to and tie her off, and get a little cardio in, a little workout in. And and just being home for my my two boys, and of course my fiance is a full-time employed, and she's not very flexible in her day like I am. So just being available is the goal.
That sounds great. I mean, I love the fact about the gym. I love the fact about Destiny, because I played the first one like a lot, because it was PS4, right? And it was like, I've been to the US back then, and I was like, wow, the whole subway station, it's subway in the US, and subway stations were all about Destiny, like everything was in there. And I just thought like, wow, that looks beautiful. And they also were releasing this console PS4 in white, glacier white thingy.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I was like, wow, I really need to. And I even extended. I was on tour playing, some music, and I asked my manager to extend our, being in the States for a week or something, so I could actually be there till the release date. Can you imagine? Like, I was really shocked that everything was about that. Like, the whole subway station was, all the walls, everything. Beautiful. So
yeah, they spent like $500 million on development and marketing for that first game. It was the largest of its kind at the time. So it was a big deal. Roped me in for sure. I'm still playing. As soon as it's done, I'm gonna go play more.
Wow. I mean, I don't have enough time to do that, but I really loved that back then. By the way, that was actually my question. My next question, you kind of comprehended that a bit, but I just thought maybe you can tell me more about your first video and what actually like made you think that like, yes, I really want to do this like full time, or maybe like,
Sure. So yeah. Galasad. I was spending a lot of time researching, how to play the game as best I could, as inexpensive as I could. I was looking for something to waste a little time, and I was seeing all of these advertisements, these interesting puzzle advertisements. I was like, oh, I could definitely get into these puzzles while I'm, between meetings or between calls or whatever. So I downloaded the game, and we're not really gonna get into too much of the advertising side of it.
I did the same.
We know where all that's gonna go. So the game started, and I was like, oh, there's these these weekly events, and I was like, well, was there anywhere aside from just the Facebook page where they announced it? And I found the Instagram page. I found the Reddit, who was being run by just an individual, not anybody that works for Nexters. I reached out to them. The most recent post was like 9 months old, and I was just like, there's just not a lot of stuff in this game. So my first video was a spring video. I believe Thea was dressed up with bunny ears, and there was like an Easter egg hunt. And on mobile, there was different colored, those really expensive Fabergé eggs that, the real life Fabergé eggs. I don't know if everybody's familiar with those. There was different color versions of those items as rewards in the mobile version of the game. And right around that time, Cleaver got his shark skin. And I was insanely interested in that shark skin and that the bunny slippers on Ishmael, because that was one of the other masquerade skins, and I think the third skin was Dorian there. And I was like, well, there's like nobody talking about these skins. Am I going to be able to get these skins again? I got to spend $20 to buy the skin, or $15 or whatever it was, to buy it with real money. And I was just like, man, there's nobody talking about this. I could talk about this and discuss why this skin is better than that skin and all of that. Of course, these were all questions that I had in my mind that a lot of people tend to have, but I didn't know that they were important at the time. At the time, it was just like, well, here's the spring event, and here's what you do for the spring event, and hopefully it comes around next year. So this video is, worth looking at again, next year. And it was so bad. I was sitting in my driver's seat in my car. My car's Bluetooth audio was picking it up, and it was really bad. It was really bad. But to this day, I still use the free iMovie software to edit all my videos. So, and for anybody that's aspiring to be a YouTuber, Mr. Beast, his first 500,000 subscribers were from a broken Android phone. So, phone is enough. A phone is enough.
Yeah, it's not about the equipment. It's all about
That's
the
right.
content that you are creating, about the idea and the story behind it. So I
People reach out to me all the time saying, "I just bought this $2,500 PC. I'm gonna start streaming." It's like, why would you
Yeah,
spend that much?
it's all about idea first of all, and then it's all about your, you're growing, and then realizing that, hey, I want to, make it a bit easier or more comfortable, and sometimes you invest into, get even more pleasure of doing something. But sometimes people love obstacles, and sometimes they are like, I still like Jack White, he always was saying about his guitar, like, I love playing my old guitar because I'm like fighting her, like, fighting guitar, and that's all about him. Like, it's like $100 guitar, and he still plays it on the stage because he loves fighting against it. He loves obstacle. That's it. So that's what it's about. So I really inspire what you were just saying. By the way, somebody was asking about this skin as a firefighter, and it's not, firefighter skin for some hero, and it's not the first time when I've been asked that. There was a guy on some guys on mobile version. Sometimes there is a guy on the web version. They are firefighters, and they're like, hey, and I really appreciate this job, and I think these people are actually heroes. And I already passed that idea to the devs. So maybe, I don't know, but I did my job. I was like, hey, really need something like that.
That's all we can do. Just our job. We do it well, and that's all we can do.
So I really think that firefighters really deserve to be in the game. So
yeah, and there just wasn't not enough time to add all the skins that we want to add. And I think that people would complain about, oh, they're adding too many skins now. So gotta be mindful. Gotta keep everything balanced.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's what I was actually
Firefighter Kark skin would be awesome though, just saying.
I know. And probably Yasmin, right? Sometimes she only has one, like, I don't know. When I started leveling her, I was
Ark only had one skin until about 6 months ago, so I don't know. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all from any Yasmin players.
I know. Want to hear it. I was just making a meme. By the way, what about Galahad meme? Why is everyone is like, hey, like Galahad and Galahad and all that? So
yeah, I actually don't know 100% why that took off like it did, but it came from two parts. It came from two separate topics. The first one is the fact that there are three starter tanks, and of all of the tanks in the game, every tank has kind of something that they're good at as far as being a tank, right? But every tank, with the exception of Galahad, has a way to protect their team. Galahad, all he does is stand in front. He doesn't have any sort of defensive artifact buff. He doesn't have any skills that provides any defensive buffs or protection for his team. But every other tank has an artifact buff or a shield, the dodge buff on Aurora, the armor buffs, magic defense buffs. Every other tank has something like that. And I was just like, oh, Galahad's the worst tank because he doesn't actually protect anybody. That doesn't mean that Galahad doesn't have a place. Galahad in offensive teams is an amazing option for your first hero, right? But still doesn't protect your team. So contextually, that was kind of the first thing. I was like, oh, Galahad's the worst tank because of this. Like a true tank in the scheme of building an adventuring party or a team to go and do things. He doesn't actually protect anybody behind him. And then the other side of it was this idea that Jorgen has a sweet spot. Have you heard of this sweet spot? The myth of the sweet spot with Jorgen. Have you heard of this at all?
Nope.
No. All right. So the idea is that Jorgen is more effective, and this is actually more prevalent on mobile than it is on the browser version, that Jorgen is more effective if you don't max him out. If you keep him at like 80 to 90% effectiveness or some number there. There was an individual on one of the unofficial Facebook pages that gathered like 8,000 fights with Jorgen against varying teams on offense, on defense, at max, at 90%, at 80%. And he found, mathematically that's not the case. A maxed out Jorgen on average does better than one that's not maxed out. And I took this idea, just to kind of round out the point, Jorgen's diminishing returns on how you improve him. He's less he's less important to max out than other heroes in your team. He's still worth maxing out. He's still worth leveling up. He's just less important to completely level up because it gets into his skills and how his skills aren't really based on stats. Anyway. So I made another video about how even with a not maxed out Jorgen, I was easily able to defeat Galahad teams that were 200,000, 250, 300,000 power level higher than my Kark team because my Jorgen was shutting the Galahad down completely. Because all Galahad does is his ultimate, and all of his, for the most part, all of his skills are modified around, modifying his ultimate. And if you shut down his ultimate with Jorgen, who depletes him of energy, then he's basically, a wasted hero in that position. Now, of course, we have Sebastian to block curses and stuns and all of that now.
Right.
So, it used to be different, but, it's a little different now. And so between those two, and they happen around the same time, we got this whole thing that I made a couple of jokes on a live stream that I see Galahad, so I attack Galahad. And that's because the team that I have, my Kark team on server 25 on Facebook, is uniquely built to destroy most Galahad teams I see, and people kind of ran with it. That I hate Galahad. I don't hate Galahad. I just think he's more of a niche tank than people think, and unless you really, really know what you're doing, maxing out a Galahad is a mistake.
Okay,
Even though he's the first hero you get.
Sounds fair enough, actually, to me. By the way, to those of you, who doesn't know where the gift is, I'm gonna show it again.
It's a mobile gift, guys. It's not a Facebook and web gift. It's a mobile gift.
Of course, that's a mobile gift because you guys are at Hero Wars mobile channel, and I actually welcome you. And this is Hero Wars Central here with me, giving us some interesting stories, some cool theories about the heroes. And please go to Chapter 2, Mission 9. There is a gift, which is also a bit spiced by Charlie because you are also getting 30 soul stones for a card. So that's definitely what is going to happen. So I just wanted to say that we are going to do some max testing right now, and we are going to challenge Charlie, but it won't be me, it will be you guys. Actually, I wanted to chat, come up with some cool stuff, with some cool heroes, with some cool team ideas, and Charlie will try to counter them. But the thing is, we are having 3 attempts of banning a hero. Like, sometimes when Charlie will give us a counter team, we can ban one hero, and Charlie will have to replace this hero with something else. So I think it will be a lot of fun, but we'll do that a bit later, because I just wanted to... There was a question on the chat, and that's completely just flew out of my mind. I really want to ask that, and I was holding it. And yeah, guys, for those of you who don't speak English, I don't know if you will understand that, but I'm really sorry. I've actually put some subtitles, some captions onto this stream, but they are also English. So if you do not understand, I'm sorry, because Charlie here, his native language is English, and I just thought there was no way of, if I start translating it to other languages, and I know only 2, so that would be a shame and problem. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you about Lilith. That was actually my question. Like, how did you like the new update? Because there was a huge update, in my opinion, because she was a tank. Right now, she's completely different hero.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be the first team that I will be putting in front of you, so you will have to fight it. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you feel about Lilith right now?
I like Lilith a lot. I think that whenever you rework an older hero, there's they're significantly more powerful than newer heroes. I think they should be given a little bit more consideration. And she's very strong against certain setups that were considered overpowered in the past. I think that one of my friends actually mentioned something just a little bit ago that I want to start testing a little bit, potentially even today in this live stream, that Lilith could cause the return of some Kark teams, just adding Lilith in there. But we'll deal with that a little bit more. I think there's some interesting unforeseen makeups that people are going to need to try. I think there's a couple that I would really like to try, maybe even in today's fight, depending on who I get to go up against. But I like it. I like Lilith a lot. I've always been a huge fan of it ever since she got her winter skin. and she became just an insanely strong timeout tank. I didn't want to spend the resources on her because I knew that she was very niche, and I didn't really have any room for her in my mobile team. Wasn't really interested in spending a lot of money on the game at the time anyway. But now that she had that rework, I'm very interested in it. Very interested in it.
Actually, it seems like you were thinking a lot about hero wars, because every time you say something about the team, you know what hero you have room for, you know what hero is not for you, and that's what this game is about right now, right? So you have to.
Well, in a way, and this is probably going to upset some people, but a lot of the newer heroes that come out, and I've said this many times, and I stand by this. A lot of the new heroes that come out, and even some of the reworks, they solve a question, or they answer a question that's already been answered by other heroes. So it's, the design of the game, it is what it is. They release new heroes constantly, and that's kind of one of their business models, is to constantly release and re-release heroes as a way to drive more revenue around building more and more teams. But it pays off both in how quickly you can build your main team, and and how little money you can spend in this game to be successful if you really know your team, that you like. And no matter what that team is, it could be the most meta of meta teams, or it could just be something that you threw together that you find works for you on your server. If you kind of know how those heroes interact, and really pay attention to what's being done, like what the attempt of the new hero is, what the goal of that new hero is. Like Lilith, for example. Lilith is amazing at targeting low health heroes in the middle, whereas there are other heroes that target the rear or the front. And so if you go up against a lot of teams that you need to kill those middle line heroes quicker, and your current team doesn't do that, then Lilith is a great choice. Otherwise, not so much.
There is another question in the chat, like, what do you think of Ginger? But we can go on like that for quite a long time. But maybe we will talk about heroes. Will be, some fighting, some testing, max hero testing and stuff. I actually prepared a separate build for a test server where we can just fight, have fun, and not touch any progress on the actual game. So yeah, I think we'll move to that in a second, like right now. And by the way, guys, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate that. And by doing that, you actually make those giveaways, huge stuff, and milestones approach. And maybe we can do some more fun. That's great. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for supporting this community and being a part of it. Yeah, I actually created a team for you to fight. It's right there. It's called Little Danny, like I'm a rapper or something, but actually it's Lilith. It's guy. So yeah, I wanted you to counter this team, and maybe chat will help me to ban one of your heroes if it will be necessary.
Okay. So we're actually going to go with the Ginger team.
That's great. And
for first,
can you say something about Ginger then? Because someone on the chat were asking, what do you think about Ginger?
Yeah. So Ginger has been basically a weaker Kira for a very long time, and lowest health for a very long time, until she got some small tweaks. She just had not a lot of upside compared to a lot of other marksmen that you could use in this game. Marks people, by the way. And we wanted to see some changes to her whenever the engineers came to the game. We saw a lot stronger changes. We saw a lot more changes to Ginger. I don't even want to say that. Let's just not even go that far. With the addition of Isaac, and in fact, Isaac is going to be the other hero, another hero that we're going to use in here. A lot of people are always curious how to use these new heroes to the most effectiveness. So one of my community members, and a big community member for Loadrunner, actually, is built this team, and he and I have been talking quite a bit about this. I've actually shared, I think, 3 videos about this team defeating some pretty strong opponents. I'm not sure how it does at max, and I really like to try that out today with this team right here. And I think that this is a good opportunity for us. So the team is Aurora, Isaac, and Ginger, of course. Isaac, Ginger, and then Sebastian and Jet. So one thing before this fight gets started, to add to the Lilith discussion from earlier, you asked me how I like the event. I like it a lot because it shows me that Hero Wars Mobile can do max testing at a wide scale, and there's no reason why it shouldn't be added to the game. That's the end of that conversation.
I mean, that was actually my point when I just came to this position, and I was actually thinking about max testing. But in my opinion, like for me as a player, I think sometimes max testing is just great if you have it for the event. For example, when you wait for it, it appears in the game for some time. You have it, but not like all the time. Because for me, it's like going to kill the fun from one point of view, but at the same time, it's really useful. So I think this, like in the middle, like this sweet spot where it's not forever, but everyone has it as an event. I think that's a great and huge step for the whole community to, come to something like that.
I think we need it. I just think we need it.
Okay, I mean,
maybe turn it off during certain things, and maybe not having it available full time is a compromise. But locking it to only being able to use 4 heroes, I think it's definitely beneficial. It taught us a lot, but.
Yeah, I wanted to say compromise, but I thought it was, too much of a loud word for this, because I know everyone wants it for like forever.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go and test, but yeah, it's got some kind of a compromise. By the way, chat, are we going to ban any of Charlie's hero here, or maybe Sebastian, or maybe Jet?
No, you guys need to see how strong an engineer team is on mobile, because I don't think a lot of you understand. I just don't think a lot of you understand how good Ginger is now.
I mean, I'm totally up for it. So I think we just let's just go like that. And yeah, hey everyone who just joined, and yeah, that's Hero Wars Central with me. Say hi to Charlie. If you are not subscribed, he's a really smart guy, and go and do it. The link is in the description under this video. Let's go fight some heroes. So yeah, that's actually a team of mine that I kind of came up with when this Brawl event was on, and I just
What was your thoughts around building that team?
I actually thought that I know that Lilith actually hit the area like AoE damage in the middle, and I just wanted to to put all the heroes in one spot somehow. And first of all, I was using Faceless at first, but then I just thought maybe I should use Lars, because Lars does a lot of damage kinda, and at the same time he was putting the team into Storm, and yeah, Lilith usually damages like a lot. But right now, yeah, we lost completely. But that was without banning. I'm sorry, guy.
We can ban somebody. I can be flexible. If you want me to change a hero out, I absolutely can. I would say that the hero to drop, if I were trying to go against this team, would be Sebastian for sure. I would ban Sebastian. A lot of people in the chat were saying, well, somebody said in the chat to ban Jet. But I think the biggest way for that team to defeat my team would be if we banned Sebastian. But I'll put it up to you in the chat.
I mean, yeah, totally. I was
fight.
actually thinking about Sebastian, because if you ban, for example, damage dealer, you can just come up with Hero or someone else who actually has like a lot of damage as well. But right now, Ginger is really good with Isaac because she's an engineer, and I really actually like how you put up that team together, and they are really strong.
Well, let's be clear, this is not my team. All 3 of my teams are from my community, from people that I talk to from the mobile version of the game.
Okay.
For my community, there's a lot of great ideas out there, and it's my job to help educate people, especially on these not super popular teams, because I think that a lot of people that have been playing for a very long time, that are chatting on the Discords and the Facebook pages, they quickly discount teams like this. And that's why I wanted to do community teams. Also, I'm not nearly as good of a team builder on mobile as I am on Facebook, because there's no max testing on mobile.
Okay, I know. You are gonna say that all the time, but I can't build it.
I'm done saying that. That's not even my biggest want for the mobile version of the game right now. That's not even my biggest quality of life thing that I want. So that'll be the last time I complain about max testing.
Okay. You know which is mine?
What's that?
I want to see the details the moment we already fought like for the first time, because otherwise I really have to watch it again for the second time, and then I only
got you.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's a really 2-1 for me. So yeah, I got you as well. So yeah, anyone with any ideas for the team that we can put up against Charlie? I actually seen some really nice ones, and I actually really like that in this team, in this setup, Ginger did like 1.6 million damage, like immediately, like right there on the point. So it was crazy. Really like that. So yeah, I can see some Aurora, Kira, Leanne, Isaac, and Martha. I won't be banning anything with my team. I mean, my team is kinda alright, and you can test it sometimes, because that's simple. Like Lars just puts everyone into the whirlwind, and Lilith does a lot of damage. Dorian gives them a lot of vampirism, so Lilith stays above her percentage, so she can devour more and more hit points of hers, so do more damage. That's the idea of mine. But yeah, sometimes it can be countered easily. Yeah, I just wanted to build that same Aurora, Kira, Leanne, Isaac, and Martha, and you can already start discussing how you're gonna counter that.
Okay. Oh, Tim's in the live stream. Let me see. What was the team? Aurora, Kira, Leanne, Isaac, Martha.
Yep.
Which team should I use? Let's use. So by the way, that was Tarot's team. Tarot, I believe he's a French player. Awesome guy. Let's actually use Assassin's team for this fight. Assassin's in the Elysium Guild. I'm not sure what guild that Tarot is in. We're gonna use that. Let me know, I guess, when you're ready. We'll
Yeah,
up there.
yeah. I'm trying to build it. I'm like, if you pull Sebastian, and Martha, if you pull Sebastian, what does he mean? Like, do I have to put Aurora, Kira, Leanne, Isaac, and Martha? I didn't get that. Did you?
Whose team were you looking at? You're looking at Aunt Barbara's team?
Yeah, and Barbara.
Aurora, Kira, Leanne, Isaac, and Martha. If you pull Sebastian, he's saying, or they're saying that if you ban the Sebastian from my team, then that would be the team that they would use.
That's what I thought. But we're not fighting that because you are picking another team. Yeah, it's actually, guys, you are putting a team to go against Charlie. Charlie's trying to counter that, and you have an attempt to ban one of his heroes, so you will have to change him or her. That's the idea. Some competitive gaming here. So you were looking at another team. So can I go with that?
I was.
Yeah.
No. I was looking at that team, and I was looking at the other team from one of my other community members.
Got you. Sorry.
But there's a lot of great options in here. We got Lupin and DV and Green Dragon, Vino, Ultima Scout, Michael, Alexis. Lots of great teams in here for me to go up against.
Okay, let's do that. I can't see Leanne. Do you see her?
So Leanne is right there, just above Luther.
Just above Luther.
Right there at the bottom. Right, you scrolled up. Scroll down. Stop. Right center. There you go.
Thank you so much, because sometimes this thing completely mixes up all the heroes for me, because when you play on your own account, you have your team that not maxed out but leveled, so they are above all the other heroes. So when you go for the maxed out thingy, it's completely mixed for me. So yeah, do you want to counter that one?
Yeah. So I think instead of using Assassin's team, I think I'm gonna use No Mercy's team. Bevan No Mercy. He's another guy that has been around in my community for a very long time. So he's got a Lilith team that I want to try. So we're gonna use Aurora. This is gonna be what you call an ADA team: Aurora, Dante, Arachne.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
There's Arachne top center. There you go. And then Dante is left right there. There you go. Yeah. And then we're going to use Lilith and Dorian.
Wow. That's going to be interesting.
Somebody asked earlier who I thought was the best tank. aside from Galahad, if not Galahad. Or maybe the question was posed a little differently. You can't really answer that question. I think that there are best tanks for situations, but there's no best like overall tank. It used to be Astaroth, but he's kind of lost a lot of effectiveness. It used to be Cleaver. It's certainly Cleaver on Facebook now, but this is, this being mobile. I mean, Rufus is incredibly strong. Missed opportunity, by the way, when they introduced Rufus's most recent skin. When they did the Rufus rework, I should say, they missed an opportunity to put up a like a buff Rufus, like a Rufus that spends all of his time in the gym. I think that would be a really good solar skin.
And Barber, you are totally welcome, and I totally forgot to ban one of Charlie's heroes, so let's not waste that opportunity and ban one of Charlie's heroes next time, because he just won.
Good question. So one of the big questions that people wanted me to ask you was, can we get any more information on the Cleaver rework?
I just wanted to say that when you were saying about Cleaver, and that is not a web version, it's mobile version, that, yeah, the only thing I can tell you that Cleaver is gonna be upgraded. I don't think it's gonna be a rework. It's gonna be an upgrade, like upscale for him, but it's gonna be really soon. And as they already said, that new hero is coming kind of next month. So, yep, that's everything I can say for now. I mean, you know that as soon as I get the updates, I come here and say that. That was, by the way, the thing with the Cleaver. I just talked to one of game designers, and they just shared it with me. And I was on some stream with demonic skins or something, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I was like, hey, there is gonna be Cleaver's update and stuff. So yeah, sometimes I do that as soon as I can. So that's the thing.
Well, we appreciate that. We've had a very fun time theory crafting around it. I'm guessing that one of his skills is going to be changed to be affected by chaotic or chaos tribes, other heroes that are of the chaos tribe, or role, I should say.
That would make sense, actually.
Yeah, because you got the Helios and the Ginger change with the Blessed and the Engineers respectively. So, but yeah, we're real excited. I was referring to Cleaver being the best hero on Facebook because a lot of things that are being added to Facebook. Just so didn't mean to confuse the mobile crowd there. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I can see Lupin with Arachne, Leon, Dorian, Lilith, and Martha. That's
throwing waifu at me.
Right. So I just wanted to
amazing.
I just wanted to say that please don't lose your ability, don't lose your opportunity to ban one of Charlie's heroes. So Lupin, please pay attention to his team and ban of the hero, one of the heroes.
Martha. All right, so now we're going to use Assassin's team. We're going to use Astaroth.
Just a second, let me set team up. Yeah, I'll be quick.
Oh, I thought you. I'm sorry. I thought you finished that. Sorry, jumping the gun, getting real excited.
Just a second. I'm looking for Arachne. There she is, and yeah, everyone else is like Dorian, Lilith, and Martha. Oh, that's easy. I've played them a lot.
Got people coaching me on Discord, sending me messages.
That's
I appreciate it. I do, but we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out.
I'm sure you can do it.
I don't want to use my Blessed team against this team, though.
Okay, let's go.
No, I want to really try this team. I love Kai, and I don't think he gets used nearly enough, so we're going to start with Kai. And this is going to be Astaroth, Kai. Let's see, what was the rest of it? Jorgen and Martha there. And then, by the way, the absolute best hero in the game, you guys know what that is? The best hero in the game is Faceless. He's the absolute best hero in the game. Not my favorite hero.
When you were saying
he's the best hero.
When you were saying Kai, I thought you were going for the elves, but that's interesting.
don't think the elves are that powerful. I think they are, but they're not interesting to me.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's not powerful. I shouldn't say powerful or not powerful. They're just not interesting to me. They're not interesting.
Okay.
I'm not interested in them. Yeah.
Okay, so Lupin, is there any hero that you want to ban on Charlie's team right now? Any hero that you want to ban, or maybe you guys can just help us, and maybe you have a guess what to ban. And I just want to ask you one question. Like, I hope it's not too personal. I just want to ask you how your like your friends or your, like, people from real life, how do they take your, what you do, like your job?
Oh, they don't believe me. First of all, they don't believe that this is what I do and that I'm successful, because you hear a lot of people saying that they play games, or they try to, I try to live stream or be a YouTuber on the weekends or in the evenings, but I show them my channel, if I care to correct people. Usually, so I'm extremely laid back. It takes a lot to really get a rise out of me, and I'm actually incredibly introverted when it comes to real life stuff. And in some of my early videos, you could see that I'm really I'm not very confident in the things that I'm saying. So if somebody's like, oh, that's kind of weird, or really, you do that, like, so what do you do, just play games all day? I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. That's all that, what you just said, all of that. But if it's somebody that I care about, like my grandparents, or I don't know, one of my fiance's work, co-workers or whatever, that we're having brunch or lunch or whatever with, and then I'd be like, yeah, check out my channel. I've got 40 something thousand subscribers, and this is how many views I get a month, and I'm like, oh, so you do this full time? And I'm like, well, no, I only work about 4 hours a day, but it's my primary job though.
That's awesome. I totally understand you, because when I started, it was just completely the same for me. Like, I feel you a lot. By the way, Lupin there said that I should ban Faceless, and I like that Charla had from Grief. That sounds like, I don't know if it's the first time you hear that. It's probably not the first time.
It's definitely not the first time.
For me, it's the first time when I see it, like a really, really big boss Charla had in a game. That's awesome. And yeah, I just wanted to share a bit while we have this stream where we can just share some thoughts of ours. I had the same doubts and everything, like that, like you shouldn't do that, and everyone, like, what are you doing? You just play games and stuff. And I was actually into business analytics, and I was a business analyst for like a couple of years. So, and that was only a hobby for me. So I kind of chased my hobby. So I totally understand you, and I respect you for what you do. That's what I want to share.
Do you think that maybe some of the negativity is in your own head? Because my fiance told me one time that people don't think as negative about it. Like, in my head, there's a stigma around people that play games for a living, or try to play games for a living. But I think in real life and practice, I think that it's less severe than what I think it is. Do you think you have any kind of that? I think it's called imposter syndrome.
Nah, I just wanted to doubt myself for a while, but no, I have a lot of gamers and bloggers and friends like that, and I myself, I really think that this is a real job, and you really have to invest a lot of time and your power and your thoughts, your ideas, and this job actually requires all of that at the same time, and you actually get exhausted after that sometimes, and people don't understand that. I just know that from my parents, from their friends, and friends of their friends. I just got those opinions, like, right into my face. Not into my face, but people were saying that, and I was like,
sure,
okay, I mean, that's what they choose, whatever. So yeah, but sometimes that's just negativity. And yeah, sorry guys, I was actually just taking a bit away. Let's go. So okay. We banned Faceless for you. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, well, if you ban Faceless, I mean, I think that Yasmin is the better hero here, but we're gonna use Kark. Because we got a makings of a great Bob team right here.
Yeah, it was just a hot hit for me.
Let's see what happens.
Let's go.
I think Tristan would actually be a good choice there too. I think about it. don't know. There's a couple things. Maybe swapping the tank, but I don't want to swap anybody else. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. A lot of people tell me, and I don't know this for personal because I didn't level Kark on my. The funny story about my main account. I'll tell you in a second, but. I've not leveled up Kark on mobile at all because I've heard that at high levels he's just not good, and I don't know why or how. If it has to do with the common popular teams that you see up against him, or if it's because of any kind of reworks that have recently happened. But I don't have a single leveled up Kark on mobile on any of my accounts.
He got dropped to like almost 0 health like 2 times. And got back like really quick.
That's why I like Astaroth with Kark. A lot of people don't like to use Astaroth with Kark, but that's why I like him so much, because even if an enemy, see, now we're gonna lose this fight. We have no way of. We might do it, but I don't think we have enough damage now.
Maybe Kai can help.
Well, Kai does do a lot more damage than I give him credit for. That is true. How long do we have? I can't tell how long we have left.
Oh, you can see, I'm sorry, that's because I have this Hero Wars thingy on top. It's 25 seconds we've got, so you are fine.
We're not gonna get there.
I'm sorry, I was like actually watching the fight, thinking about like, hey, Kai can make it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I did win.
Yeah, you did. that was good.
Okay, I stopped looking at your screen to look at the YouTube replay to see if I could see it in a higher resolution, and the fight ended whenever I looked back to the regular thing. So I'm hoping that Kark gets some kind of love in the next 1 to 2 years on mobile, because I really do like Kark a lot. But funny story is nobody knows by design except for Alex. Alex knows. He probably doesn't remember, but nobody knows my main mobile account. The amount of, I wouldn't call it harassment, but the amount of messages that I get on Facebook for my main accounts, because you can private message and all of that.
Right.
It's pretty high at times, and most people are pretty nice, but sometimes they're not. And I don't want to bring that level of attention to my guild and my server. So my main mobile team, my guild doesn't even know that it's me. It's just me playing. So I have a separate mobile phone, a separate Android phone that I play that account on, and I don't show it on stream. I don't show it on any of my videos. We've done okay. We're pretty high up there in crossover wars. Very much looking to the global championship too. Very much looking forward to that.
That's actually what I started doing as well. Because at first I had this Daniel Flutters thingy, and I've seen, guys, you were asking like, how do you subscribe to my like personal channel, but I try not to mix like job and my hobby, like streaming. So I never do anything like that. But if you look for Daniel Flutters somehow, like you can probably find it. So yeah, and I just stopped using this nickname at all in the game, because people started inviting me to the guilds where I don't belong to. I mean, where I'm lower level than they actually invite me, and I don't want to be this, cornerstone, or I don't know, like this fifth wheel, so they would drag me. So yeah, I just stopped, and I just went incognito to play some of my own games. So that's now it feels much better. And
well, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad it does, but I don't want to expose my guild to that. I don't want them, people moving to our server specifically to target that guild, and people do that on Facebook, and that they come to my server just to play me. And apparently there's a bunch of Hero Wars Central accounts on a lot of different Facebook servers, and they're like, is this you on server 72? I'm like, no. So it's probably fine, but people keep asking me to pull off my hat so I can show my man bun. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna show the man bun. Any gifts, Chappie? The gift, you have to type 7 in the chat. That's how you get the gift.
Come on. But yeah, to be serious, if you didn't claim the gift yet, if you haven't claimed the gift yet, you should go to chapter 2 and mission 9, and the gift is right there. That would be easy.
Pat Fez, he comes to every single one of my live streams talking about how Judge is amazing. I really wish I knew what to do with Judge. Pat, I don't have a team for you. I wish that I did, but I don't have a Judge team. I don't.
Actually, that's so nice talking to you that I actually kinda ignore all the teams they are saying to me, but I already gathered somehow while I was listening to you some team that is from Michael here. And yeah, guys, you have this ability, you have this opportunity to actually to challenge Charlie, and that's a great thing to do with the maximum leveled heroes. That's fun to do. You also can ban one of his heroes when he tries to counter you. That's also a fun thing to do. What I wanted to say was, yeah, that's pretty much it. That was everything I wanted to say.
Okay.
I'm a bit lost.
So
sorry.
we're gonna do my version of a Daredevil team. Let's use Astrid Lucas and Daredevil. Let's see. There's Daredevil. Astrid Lucas is the second from the top in the center.
Thank you.
Let's do Elmir and let's see, who should we use? Let's use Dorian and Sebastian. Now this team is going to be, well, I'm not going to say anything. You guys want to ban one of the heroes before I say?
Yeah, guys, please ban something if you want to ban, and especially Michael, because it's your team. Please try banning something if you want to. And I actually wanted to say this stream is also educational because you explain a lot of things, and I just wanted to ask you why you picked these 5 heroes, but you don't explain yet because you will be banned. I mean, your hero is gonna be banned, but so yeah, that will be like playing against yourself. But when they will be fighting, I will ask you to please explain why you picked these heroes against this team, okay?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Daredevil. Michael is asking me to ban Daredevil. I did. So, anything else?
Okay. So the main reason, well, it's going to completely change the look of the team doing that. So the main thing with the Daredevil team that I built, it's similar to a lot of the other Daredevil teams that were being built whenever Daredevil got her rework. I think it was around Winterfest 2019, maybe beginning of 2020, around February, maybe January. I can't remember when it was. There's a really great write-up on the Hero Wars Mobile unofficial The GOAT Facebook page about Elmir Daredevil teams. Most of them involve Darkstar, and I found some luck, found some use using Astrid and Lucas instead. I'd been really wanting to use Astrid and Lucas in a team, so I thought I'm going to drop Darkstar for Astrid and Lucas, and it achieved a similar result, but it was definitely a significantly inferior team. So with this, taking the main damage dealer out of it, the point of the whole team, I'm gonna have to think about this. I obviously need more damage, but the Elmir is going to be negated pretty heavily by Alvanor. So let's do, I'll tell you what, this is a little outside the box, but let's do Orion. Let's add Orion in there. He's on the right column.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen him just right now, but the moment you've said his name,
he's in that rightmost column right there.
I'm sorry.
It's going to kind of make Sebastian a dead hero in this, but that's okay. We'll try it. Throw in Fox. Ooh, Fox would have been a good choice. Yeah, that would have been a good choice. Nah. Rufus, is that a good tank? Oh yeah, Hendra Rufus is amazing. Rufus is really good. Really strong tank.
Yeah, sorry for, that the law takes forever. Probably that's the test server, being overloaded somehow, or I don't know.
See, the idea...
Wow.
The idea was that I would use Lucas to tank for Sebastian whenever Elmir jumped to the back. But you can see here that it did not seem to work out well.
I mean,
so that's okay.
That was a good idea, and you should have given your heart, early. Sooner or later, you actually had to give your heart to the chat, so you did.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as you can see, guys, Charlie had 3 hearts, so one goes to Michael, I guess. Good
Are we
job.
just gonna keep going until I lose all 3 hearts? Is that what we're gonna do, or is there a time limit? I want to be mindful for your time. I know it's like 8 p.m. there now, and I have all day, so we can keep doing this forever.
That's cool. By the way, I just wanted to say, I'm a bit offended right now by Alexis here, because when you were explaining the previous team, I mean the things that previous team was about to work at, I was actually replying in the chat using our official account that the gift contains 30 soul stones for Kark. And Alexis says, "Thank you for the information, amazing bot." That was me.
Yeah.
That hurts. Okay, I can survive.
Offended by the lack of judge praise. Somebody give me a good judge team, and we'll try it out. We'll talk about it. Maybe I should do more judge videos. I don't know.
Let's go with Ziri, Elmer, Darkstar, Daredevil, and Dorian. Interesting. Ziri, Elmer, Darkstar, Daredevil, and Dorian. Daredevil is on there, and Dorian. Lachi. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Lachi? Or is it Lassie?
It may be Lacey.
Or maybe Lacey. I was trying to pronounce it not in the English way. I was thinking about some Italian word. Yep.
Oh, I see.
Very human-like bot.
Very human-like bot. The most human of any bots that I've ever seen. Okay. So physical attacking team. Let's see. Let's do. This is probably not going to work, but let's try twins team. Let's try Astaroth with the twins, Lars and Krista.
Okay.
And then we're going to use Astaroth for the tank. And then we're going to use Lilith and Jorgen.
It's like you were going for, you picked Krista and Lilith. So any of these heroes are getting banned. You can pick something else easily. That's quite strategic move as far as I can see that. But yeah, guys, you can totally, Lachi, I'm about to be beaten. Why? Lachi, go ban some hero. More or less. That's a guy. Can you please ban the hero and we start fighting, and then we do another fight, and probably you're gonna win. Or maybe you lose 2 hearts, who knows, right? Still waiting for the ban. Maybe someone else wants to ban something.
Banning Jorgen?
Yeah, I see.
I mean, I don't know that that's the one that I would ban. But let's use Helios. Let's use Helios in his place.
Let's go see it. Thank you, Lachi. I didn't catch it first.
Ban Lars. Yeah, going up against the twins in a situation like this, whenever we're using the twins in a situation like this where we're banning heroes. I guess I should probably not use the twins at all, because if one or both or one of them gets banned, it's going to completely change the makeup of that.
Yep.
Of the team.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Let's see. I'm concerned, again, that I don't have nearly enough damage. Finish off that Zeri.
The spikes are there. So, yep. Oh, that's... We can see that you actually won.
I haven't won yet. There we go. So Lilith is very strong if you have a very low health, a very low health damage dealer in the middle. Lars used to be able to hide Lars in the middle by pushing him forward a little bit, but with Lilith you can't do that anymore. Lars without Krista is still useless. Useful. Wow, I misread that.
Yep. And both team don't use healer. There was Dorian, as far as I remember. Let me see.
I wasn't using healer in mine.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't need one.
I know.
In fact, the meta Kark team for a long time on mobile didn't use a healer.
Yeah.
Might still not.
Dorian for me is kind of like a healer because he gives like a lot of vampirism. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's situationally the best healer in the game.
So
but I'll admit this was kind of a trap. This was kind of a trap. Any hero that got banned, I was going to replace with Helios. So.
And by the way, we have one more
there.
demo fight because you obviously won because you have 2 hearts. Even if you lose right now, you will still have your life at 1 health, like 1 hit points. So yeah, Lilith did a lot of damage here, and I just wanted to say that I'm gonna go with Griff's team here because I really like that Charla had comment of his. So
Griff calls me Galahad in all my live streams.
Okay.
He calls me just constantly Galahad Judge. And
I really like that. That's why I just seen him on the chat, and I'm gonna go with Heide, Aurora, Celeste here, Lilith, and wait. Oh, I misdirected. No bans. Wow.
He said no bans. Is that what he said?
He did that. Yeah, on the team, like Aurora, Heidi, Arachne, Celeste, Lilith, no bans.
Let's see.
He's either confident or he's trying to help you, but you don't need help. You're doing great. Love it.
No, Griff knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
Griff knows what he's talking about. So I was thinking about doing a Heidi team of my own, but now I'm not sure. Now I am not sure. Let's try a blessed team. Let's do Corvus, Galahad, Tristan.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to reply in the chat that you finished earlier. So, again, I'm sorry.
Corvus, Galahad, Tristan.
That's interesting. Oh, Tristan was on bottom, and there we go with Galahad. So we got 2 blessed heroes.
Yep.
1
Let's
undead.
Do, let's do Martha and trying to decide if I should do another blessed or Yasmin. Put Yasmin in there.
Let's go see what happens.
Valerie sent me unlimited luck. You know, if I had a superpower, it would be luck. It wouldn't be flying or invisibility or being able to read minds. It would be luck. That would be my superpower.
I have never seen Galahad and Charlie in the same room. I mean,
well, you'll notice I'm using another tank aside from Galahad, but let's not go there. Let's not go there. All right.
Do you speak Russian or just using a translator, or is the bot with a huge AI? That's me being the bot. It's like Detroit become, you know.
I have to say, I did not expect Yasmin to die as quickly as she did, but she did her job, so I'm okay with that.
I missed that. What did she do?
She killed Heidi immediately.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to find, there was a very specific Heidi team. I don't know if anybody knows who Arcana Gaming is, but he was a big part of my community for a long time in 2020, all throughout the pandemic. I probably talked to him every day about Hero Wars Mobile. And unfortunately, he is, due to health reasons, not able to play games on his phone anymore because of his eyesight.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He quit a little while ago, and he had a really strong Heidi team, and for whatever reason I could not find that Heidi team. I don't know if it would be current now with all the changes and reworks and new heroes that's been added, but he had a really interesting Heidi team that I wanted to try, and I just remembered it, and I just spent a couple minutes looking for it while we were working on that team, but I'll have to find it. And share it someplace.
I mean, if you share it with me, I'll be really, really happy, because a lot of people keep on asking me what is the best Heidi team, but I have no idea. And every time I ask someone, they just, give me different answers, different situational teams. So I'm like, I don't know.
Well, that's really the answer. Anytime anybody asks me what the best team is, there's no answer.
I know.
It's pick a hero that you enjoy aesthetically, like that you like looking at, and the story behind it. By the way, while we're talking about it, the thing that I think that should be improved more than anything else before max testing, this is going to be controversial, before the changes to the gold economy, before assigning targets in the global championship, I want more story behind these heroes. I want more stuff written about them. Yeah, there was articles, like little one-pager articles. Oh, there's No Mercy. He just subscribed to your channel. There's a lot of one-pager lore articles that were published to the one of the Hero Wars websites, but they stopped sharing them, and they weren't that long. They were only like maybe 500 to 600 words. They're a little bit more in depth than the bio on the character screens, but I want more story. Like the videos that we have when we introduce a new character or a rework to a character, like the Tristan story. I want more information about him and his backstory. Aurora, fascinated with Aurora's backstory. Just all of that. I want all that. No Mercy, by the way, your teams went 2 for your teams won both, by the way, I should say. Let's see, he says, hey Charlie. D Warman is here. Somebody needs to give D Warman the
D Warman. I just want to say, like, shout out to D Warman, because he is here all the time. Every time I have a stream, D Warman is here, and I really enjoy seeing Monta, D Warman, you in the chat, and thank you guys for actually joining and making
a lot of people in my chat in this chat. So I want to thank you all for coming out. Thank you so much.
Me too. Thank you. And someone was asking me about my background somehow. I know this stream is about Hero Wars Central, but Kissline is interested in my job experience, and it's complicated, because I've been to oil and gas company as a project manager, and I also been to business analyst for a sport equipment for sports equipment company here in Russia. Then but I was always streaming, like, for the last 4 years as a hobby. So that was just chasing my hobby, and I just wanted to improve this whole channel and make it a bit better place, even better than it was. So you guys helped me a lot with that, so thank you.
I think you've done that. You've done that.
Thank you guys. And that was really cool, actually being here today and testing a lot of maxed heroes. I'm telling you, that's not the last time. I'm inviting Charlie here, and I promise you that you will see more of Charlie on this channel if he agrees to show up. Will he? Will you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Anytime you need me, I'll be here.
That's awesome.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. And that's a really great company that you actually gave to me. But I also wanted to say that Charlie is not the only one who's going to be invited, I hope, because I'll be looking for more content creators, cool people, so you will meet them. And if you guys are not subscribed to Hero Wars Central yet, how come? You should go to the link to the description and do that. Do subscribe to it. And Charlie just showed us, like, he's a master of Hero Wars. His experience is huge and it's great. And I'm still learning by watching
I wouldn't
his videos.
say that. I wouldn't say that. There's some great players in the chat that are way better at this game than I am. I see Bambi just joined in, and I know that Tim's been here for a while. Tina's here, Jim. A lot of great players are here. But yeah, we'll definitely come back. We'll happily come back.
I mean, more I'll be on this channel, more people, more beautiful players and people I hope to meet. So that's the deal, I hope. So top knot haircut review. What? What? But yeah.
So
yep. You were saying?
I was gonna say people are saying that you have a man bun hidden under your hats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now,
because I have a man bun that I'm not wearing right now. It's down. I'm wearing my hat. I don't always wear the man bun.
Nah, under mine is just bald hair, but bald head. That's it. Just nothing to say. I have this. Sometimes I have this joke that I'm, a Lego guy, that I have this thingy to attach things to. So I always wear something on my head because otherwise you will have this.
the little dot, yeah.
Little dot to attach my hat to. So yeah, that was all fun and games. That was interesting listening to you, and I hope to see you more on this channel. Maybe some cool things are gonna come up in the game, and I'll bring you to help me tell about this.
You got it. And
Fun.
the only thing is it's gonna be weird to do a 2-minute recap of this live stream that I'm a part of.
I mean,
I'm not.
that
I'm not
going
to do that, by the way.
That would be even better because you will be like, "Hey, I was saying," and then
This is
be
what I meant by
recapping.
this, and recap it in 10 seconds. No, I'm not going to do that, Charlie. No, I do not work for Nexus Global.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't work for them.
But
They couldn't pay me enough.
As I already said, he does a great job working for his own channel, so you guys should subscribe to that one for sure. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm a bit, when you are tired, but you feel good about that. So I feel it right now, and we don't have forever, unfortunately. So I will have to say bye to all of you people, and I would ask you to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Hero Wars Central, maybe leave a like or a comment if you want to see something or someone on this channel. Would be great. And I want to thank you, Charlie, for coming. Thank you for being here with me, for giving us those great teams and great counters. And I want to thank your community for being here, for vouching for you, for being here and
Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thank you, people. Okay, so anything you wanted to say to everyone?
I guess there's really only one thing left to say, is that I love you all and good luck in Dominion.
You got it. Bye-bye. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming, everybody.